I just recently, well not just recently, I guess at this point, had my second baby in August. Coming out of it the second time around, I feel like I'm kind of a pro when it comes to postpartum items. Before I had my first daughter, I didn't even really understand the idea or concept of postpartum healing or things that you might need for postpartum. She's like laughing at me while I'm talking. I didn't even think about, oh, postpartum is something that you need to prepare for until I was on TikTok. And TikTok was honestly kind of my doula in a sense, where it was so much information, good and bad, especially when it comes to postpartum healing. I just want to smile now in chat. Oh my gosh, we just had a blowout. Of course it happens right when I try to film. We're in a new sleep sack and we're ready to go. I didn't even think about it, that this is something that you're actually gonna have to heal from. And to have a good healing experience, it might be something that you want to prepare for. The amount of videos that I consumed about what you're gonna need postpartum and things that you should buy are endless. I feel like I consumed all of those and I bought into all of it. I'm gonna show you what I feel is worth the hype, what's worth purchasing, and what you can skip, what you should not be wasting your money on. We're gonna just dive right into it. First thing I think everybody kind of talks about are the Tux pads and your Peri bottle. Tux is a specific brand. It's the name brand of just a generic witch hazel pad. I can show you what these look like. They smell really good. They're actually for like hemorrhoids, but they're really good for postpartum healing. This is actually what the hospital gave me when I left the hospital. You already are given these when you go to the hospital, and you can also ask for just like extra one as opposed to having to go out and buy them. Before I went to the hospital, knew I was gonna get sent home with them, I bought a whole pack of them from Target, like the generic Target brand, knowing that they would just give me these at the hospital. So one of these is gonna be plenty for whole postpartum healing time. And then that same goes with the Peri bottle. There is a few Peri bottles on the market that are marketed specifically for postpartum healing. They really aren't any different from like a normal standard Peri bottle, and I wouldn't recommend like really purchasing one just because they're gonna give you them at the hospital and they're all gonna do the same thing. This kind of goes along with the Peri bottle because the Peri bottle actually comes with this, is the Freedom Mom Postpartum Recovery Kit. I think Freedom Mom does a really good job at marketing themselves, and the postpartum recovery kit is, I think, $50, and there's probably only two things in that whole recovery kit that are actually worth the money, and that is the shorts that they come with and their cooling ice pads. These you can actually just get generic and a lot cheaper, and then the shorts you can buy them on their own. The Freedom Mom Postpartum Recovery Kit is just, it's honestly a waste of money because it comes with, I think, 3 different items in it that are just a different form of witch hazel product. So it comes with this foam, and then it comes with wipes, basically all a different form of witch hazel as the active ingredient. I think they're just trying to shove products in there to make it seem like it's worth $50. I got this from my first pregnancy and it's still completely full because I think I used it one time and realized that it's a useless product. If you want to, if you want to register for these things and people want to buy them for you, then go ahead. But I really think your money is best spent elsewhere. Another thing that was really hyped my second pregnancy was belly binders. Belly binding is something that's a little bit more common in other cultures. And I was following a doula at the time on Instagram, and she talks all about how great belly binding is. I did not do like the traditional wrapping belly binder. I purchased a compression belly binder on Target, actually. It was the Isabel maternity brand. My problem with that is that because it doesn't go it really just doesn't go low enough. A lot of things that people will say belly binding is really good for, especially in terms of getting kind of your organs to go back into their original spot. And after you have a baby, your body just feels very squishy. almost like a pillow, and having something to kind of compress and firm does actually feel really nice postpartum. I think it was $25, so I would have much rather that $25 be spent elsewhere. For my following children, I may try the traditional wrapping belly binding method. So kind of going along in that more holistic aspect, any kind of sitz bath, like herbal sitz bath, herbal, really anything, those herbal pads, I would skip, because I think you would be better off purchasing some herbs on your own in bulk and creating them yourself. Because like this is the Earth Mama Organics Herbal Sit Bath. This is all that it comes with in a pack. Really not enough of these herbs to really do the work that they're intended to. You need a lot of these herbs to really do the work that they're supposed to. I would suggest picking a couple of herbs that are really good for postpartum healing. Just do your research on that and purchasing them in bulk and creating your own sitz bath, your own teas for drinking. Save your money on these things. I'm being so tired. Reusable nursing pads. The problem with reusable nursing pads is they are just made of like a cloth, or the ones that I've used are just made of like a cloth or a towel material. They will disappoint you. Somebody gave me a pack of them and I wore them. I was 2 weeks postpartum, and I had, with my first baby, a little bit of like an oversupply. Every time I nursed, I would have a lot of letdown. And 2 weeks after my daughter was born, we decided we wanted to go back to our church small group. And I wore a gray t-shirt, which was a really bad idea. I went to go nurse. I had a lot of letdown and I was using my nursing pad. Lo and behold, I leaked and I had 2 big gray stains on my t-shirt, right in my boobs. I did not bring an extra t-shirt. So that was a little embarrassing. Already feeling kind of awful and a little self-conscious. So I would just skip the reusable ones altogether. There are other ways that you can save the planet. Some things I think are really helpful when it comes to postpartum healing and are worth purchasing. I really loved the Frida Mom shorts. You don't have to purchase these in the postpartum recovery pack that they have. You can actually just go in and buy them separately. I really like those, and I think there might be a generic version of those. The Frida Moms linked because those are the ones that I've used. The thing I really liked about those is that they fit snug. They were not restrictive or cutting you off, especially being so squishy postpartum. Having something that is a little bit more firm feels really nice. And these are shorts that you put the pad in. So the hospital will usually give you healing shorts to put the pad in. My problem with the shorts that the hospital gave me, and I do not have sensitive skin, they made my butt break out like crazy. Maybe that's TMI, but just so you know, I don't have sensitive skin, and they made my butt break out a lot. And you can also bring them with you to the hospital and opt to wear those instead of the ones that they give you. I really liked I will link the specific ones down below that I used, but they're by the Always brand, Secret, and they're like the black diapers that they have. Super comfortable, and you don't have to have a pad with them because they're a diaper. The only thing I will say about those is they're a little bit pricey, but I think they're totally worth it. First 10 days postpartum when you're bleeding quite a bit. The second thing that I was so thankful that I purchased for my second baby was a stack of cheap compression shorts. I got a stack of really cheap compression shorts off of Amazon for, I want to say, $23 to $25. One of the best purchases that I made postpartum, because it did what I was hoping the belly binder would do. Put everything back in place in a way that is comfortable and doesn't make you feel self-conscious. That self-conscious, I could wear them under dresses, you could pull them over your diaper. It was just really a really comfortable thing to have, especially if you're having a summer baby. I wore those pretty much every single day postpartum. I just cycled through them. I also really loved the Lancino disposable nursing pads. Those were really good. I felt like I could wear those almost all day and not have any leaks, even as somebody with an oversupply. They're really inexpensive. I think they were $16 or $17 for a pack of 100. So they would last me over a month if I just used a set a day. These are kind of more holistic or kind of, I don't know, crunchy things that I really liked postpartum. The first one is the After Ease tincture. I cannot remember. I think it's by the brand Earthly maybe. But that stuff is amazing for postpartum contractions, which were actually extremely painful with my second baby. My postpartum contractions with my first were not terrible. They definitely hurt. But with baby number 2, every single time I nursed, I would have excruciating, almost as bad as labor contractions. And it's basically your uterus coming back to its normal size. And that just, it hurt so bad. It was so painful. So having the After Ease tincture to me was really the only thing that really actually helped. The Midol and ibuprofen didn't even really help. That was the only thing that gave me any kind of relief. And a heating pad. That was also something that was really helpful. And then lastly, nettle leaf tea. Nettle leaf tea is really good for getting your iron levels back to normal after you have a baby, because you lose quite a bit of blood, whether you hemorrhage or not. A really good tea to purchase. I would just purchase it in bulk, loose leaf, if you can find it like that, or buy the tea bags in bulk. Purchase that and you'll be set and good to go. These are all the things that I think you should be stocking your postpartum cart with. Hopefully this gave you a little bit more information. If you're about to have a baby, I am so excited for you. I would love to hear when your due date is, what things you're feeling a little uneasy about, what are you nervous or what are you excited about. If you have any postpartum questions, I would love to answer those. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out quite a bit. And I come back with new videos, not just on postpartum and birth. I talk about mom life and do vlogs, all of that fun stuff. So please like and subscribe. And I will see you either on Wednesday or Friday.